Good morning, students. This is your economics online video. Second chapter, national income. In this video, we have to discuss about difficulties in measuring national income. In the last class, we have seen importance of national income and three methods of measuring national income. Let us see the difficulties in the measuring of national income. We should understand about the difficulties when we are measuring the national income. What are they? Let us see. In India, a special conceptual problem is posed by the existence of a large, unorganized and non-monetized subsistence sector, where the barter system still prevails for transacting goods and services. So that a proper valuation of output is very difficult on those days. In the olden days, the barter system only prevails. So the barter system means the people's exchanging goods for goods. That is called a barter system. Because of this barter system, we cannot calculate the original values of output. So which is very difficult to calculate. Understood? What are the difficulties? See here, transfer payment. This is one of the difficult. And difficulties in assessing depreciation allowance, unpaid services, income from illegal activities, production for self-consumption and changing price, capital gains, statistical problems. These are the difficulties measuring the national income. Okay, let us see one by one. First one is transfer payment. The first difficulty is transfer payment. Government makes payments in the form of pension, unemployment allowances, subsidies, etc. These are the government expenditure, but they are not included in the national income because they are paid without adding anything to the production process. Here, any production process not taken by the government, but they are providing pension, unemployment allowances, subsidies to the people. For the betterment of the people, they are paying these payments. These are all not included in the national income. So that this is one of the problems. During a year, interest on national debt is also considered transfer payment because it is paid by the government to individual and firm on their past savings without any productive work. That's why the debt is increasing to the government. For the payment of pension, unemployment problem, unemployment allowances, subsidies, the government debt is increasing. They have to pay interest on those payments. Difficulties in assessing depreciation allowances. The deduction of depreciation allowances, accidental damages, repair and replacement charges from the national income is not an easy task. It requires high degree of judgment to assess the depreciation allowance and other charges and also. See, throughout a country, in a year, can we calculate all the accidental happening in the companies or institutions, the industries, or whatever they repair, replace the machineries? These are all not easy to calculate. It requires high degree of judgment to assess the depreciation allowance and other charges. And then unpaid services. A housewife renders a number of useful services like preparation of meals, serving, tailoring, mending, washing, cleaning, bringing up children, etc. She is not paid for them and her services are not directly included in the national income. Such services performed by paid servant are included in the national income. The reason for the exclusion of her services from national income is that the love and affection of a housewife in performing her domestic work cannot be measured in monetary terms. For her love and affection only, she is working for us. For example, your mother, your father, say any social workers, so many works they are doing for others without any charges, without any salaries. So that and all coming under monetary terms. Domestic work, these performing domestic works cannot be measured in monetary terms. Like that, there are a number of goods and services which are difficult to assess in money terms. We cannot assessing that and all in a money term for the reason stated above. What the reason? Love and affection. Can we monitor it as a monetary term? Not. Such as rendering services to their friends, painting, singing, dancing, etc. So, the unpaid services also continuously going on in a country, but we are not considering and measuring on those services when we are calculating national income. Income from illegal activities. Income earned through illegal activities like gambling, smuggling, illicit extraction of liquor, etc. is not included in the national income. Such activities have value and satisfy the wants of the people, but they are not considered as productive from the point of view of the society. These are all illegal activities. Even though they are earning money, these are all not considered as a national income or included in the national income. Production for self-consumption and changing price. Farmers keep a large portion of food and other goods produced on the farm for self-consumption. For their own purpose, they are keeping some goods. The problem is whether that part of the produce which is not sold in the market can be calculated or included in the national income or not. This is also one of the problem. Suppose they are keeping for the year consumption, they may selling their consuming goods or not. So this also not coming in the accounting in the national income. National income by product method is measured by the value of final goods and services at current market prices. We know that. But prices do not remain stable every day, which is changing. The rise or fall maybe. To solve this problem, economists calculate the real national income at a constant price level by the consumer price index. So this is the one of the method to calculating national income. The problem also arises with regard to capital gains. Capital gains arises when a capital asset such as a house, other property, stock or shares, etc. is sold at higher price than was paid for it at the time of purchase. They have to selling their property to higher rate. So this is a problem. The capital gains are excluded from the national income, which is not included in the national income, because the profit motive they are selling huge amount than they paid earlier. So that because of capital gain, the national income is very difficulty to calculate. Statistical problems. Accurate and reliable data are not adequate, as farm output in the subsistence sector is not completely informed. For example, animal husbandry. There are no authentic production data available. For their consumption purpose, they are keeping some goods and food grains, so that we cannot calculate the national income easy. So original information not coming from the subsistence sector. Like that, the animal husbandry, there are no authentic production data available. These are the difficulties when we are calculating national income. So that statistical problem coming here. Different languages, customs, etc. also create problems in computing estimates. So the languages also bringing problems. Suppose the people have some customs, so their own religion customs like that. This also making problems in computing estimation. People in India are indifferent to the official inquiries. They are not in most cases not cooperative also. The cooperation not given by the people to the staffs. Most of the statistical staff are untrained and inefficient. The proper training not given to the staffs. This is also one of the problem in statistical data when they are collecting. The next topic is national income and social accounting. National income is also being measured by the social accounting method. We know that 3 methods we are calculating national income. This is also one of the method, which is social accounting method. Under this method, the transactions among various sectors such as firms, household, government, etc. are recorded and their interrelationships traced. The social accounting framework is useful for economists as well as policy makers because it represents the major economic flows and statistical relationship among various sectors of economic system. It becomes possible to forecast the trends of economy more accurately. So that the policy maker also using this social accounting method because it represents the major economic flows. What are the flows? Stocks, everything, and statistical relationship among various sectors. It becomes possible to forecast, giving information to the trend of the economy in a country. Accurately, it can give the accurate economic forecasting given by the social accounting method. Then social accounting and sector. Under this method, the economy is divided into several sectors. A sector is a group of individuals or institutions having common interrelated economic transactions. The economy is divided into the following sectors: firm, household, government, rest of the world, capital sector. These are the sectors for social accounting and sectors. What is firm? Firms undertake productive activities. So thus, they are all organizations which employ the factors of production to produce goods and services. So they only producing goods and services, which is firm. The productive activities taken place here. Household. Household are consuming entities and represent the factors of production who receive payment for services rendered by them to the firm. Household consume the goods and services that are produced by the firm. We know that I explained about 2-sector model, isn't it? Firm and household. So that household consume the goods and services that are produced by the firm. Thus, the firm make payment to the household for their services. Households spend money incomes they receive on goods and services produced by the firm. This is a circular flow of money between these two groups. It may be called a 2-sector model.